Grand Theft Auto 5 is actually the 14th game in the GTA series, and although it was released over 10 years ago, it still has a massive player base. GTA 5 is by no means underrated. Critics praised it when it came out, calling it one of the best games of all time, and it sold over 140 million copies. However, as somebody that is very present in the GTA community, fans of the series give GTA 5 a lot of slander. This video is completely GTA 5 positive. I love GTA 5, millions of people love GTA 5, and before 6 comes out next year, I can't believe I'm saying that, I want to make a video all about why I love Grand Theft Auto 5 and why it's so special to me. I was actually surprised about how much I wrote for it, even though I'm trying to keep the video short and bite-sized as possible. The most important thing in a video game will always be how it executes its gameplay. GTA 5 plays like a Michael Bay movie would. It's very fast. The minute you hop on the game, your weapons are a button away. Every car is immediately accessible. The acceleration is instant and the turning's quick. When you flip your car over, no worries because you can just wiggle your joystick a little and then you're back in the action. For GTA 4, Rockstar wanted to emphasize realism, and that was amazing for what 4 was, but 5 wanted to emphasize fun and just letting a crime video game be a video game. Playing through GTA 5 is like living out those fantasies you have in the shower when you play back conflicts in your head and think what you could have done. Like, instead of telling that person to f off, you could have punched them in the face, pissed on their body, made out with their dad, and stole their car. And that's what GTA 5 is. Aside from the constant supply of stimulation the game throws at you, there's also side activities everywhere. Gun range, golfing, you can call your friends and hang out, you can go to a strip club, you can help out random citizens around the map. There are random encounters that can happen, like a lady getting her purse stolen, and you can either be the good guy and return it, or kill the guy that took the purse and then run off with the money. Or you can just run them both over and forget about it. It really doesn't matter in free roam. The world is yours.
Man, sorry about that.
I think the GTA 5's simplistic fast gameplay wasn't Rockstar downgrading from anything they did before, it was just a stylistic choice. And like realistic graphics age much quicker than a game with a cartoony art style, the simplistic gameplay of GTA 5 hasn't aged at all simply because it's not realistic. I'm sure I'll be able to return to GTA 5 in 10 years and be able to have just as much fun just because the gameplay is built to be accessible and easy. The customization of everything is a great part of the game too. Outside of making your own character in GTA Online or whatever, you can make Michael, Trevor, and Franklin, the three main characters, any way you want to. You can take any car off the street and customize it to your liking. I mean, this stuff is so fun. I see teenagers in real life with their Honda Civics putting spoilers on them like it's GTA. And speaking of customization, this was also the first GTA to allow in-depth gun design, to really make your weapon yours. Now, I've talked a lot about how this game plays, and that's amazing and all, but what about the narrative? I'm somebody that loves an open world, but if the narrative isn't good, I'll usually drop the game in favor of something else. I have beaten GTA 5 10 times in the last 4 years, maybe more. And that says a lot about how good it is. I think that every time I'm playing through a game, I'll have a GTA 5 playthrough running at the same time to fill the spaces. It's just a very comfortable game for me. GTA 5 follows the story of a former bank robber, Michael, who went into witness protection after setting up a failed bank heist with his FIB partner, Dave Norton. During the setup, one of Michael's friends was shot. His name was Brad, and he was the one who was put into Michael's grave to make the world think that Michael had died. One of the other robbers, Trevor, finds Michael 10 years later in witness protection, and throughout the story, tries to figure out the truth about Brad, Michael, and just what happened that day.
Where did we meet?
Nowhere, pal.
Yeah, we did.
Hey, Pup, what are we doing here, huh?
Check around back. Ah! Ah! The fucking bed! Someone must have fucking talked!
Michael also teams up with this kid Franklin, who is just a small-time vehicle thief and brings him from a life of rags to riches.
Man, check this out, homie. I like blowing motherfucking fools' heads off just as much as the next psychotic asshole. But I just don't look at this as doing a good deed.
The three main characters have amazing chemistry and bounce off each other really well. I find myself coming back to GTA 5 a lot just because of the conversations they have, even if I've heard it 15 times.
Sweet Jesus.
The hell are you doing?
Oh, nothing.
Are you taking a dump?
Ah, why do you care, huh?
What the f is wrong with you?
I got abandonment issues. I see a shrink once a week.
Spoilers for GTA 5, but the game also lets you choose 3 endings. One to kill Trevor, one to kill Michael, and one where the 3 main characters kill off every looming threat and tie up all the loose ends. GTA 5 has some serious themes, but it's a very feel-good game. Sometimes I think that it would have been better from a writing perspective to only keep ending A and B. However, I think with the style and direction GTA 5 went for, ending C is very fitting. Like every GTA game, GTA 5 had quite a bit of controversy, and that's thanks to a certain mission. My dad actually knew about that mission, and that's part of the reason why I had to wait so long before I was allowed to play the game. Drum roll, please. Give it up for By the Book, Mission 24. By the Book is a mission where you play as the two main characters, Trevor and Michael. Trevor is torturing somebody that may or may not know about a man the FIB wants dead, and Michael is prone with a scope, looking for a man that fits the description. In this mission, you can torture the lead in a multitude of ways, and the game doesn't even try to sugarcoat it. There's no other way to describe it. This mission is brutal. Before I played GTA 5, I watched the IGN review, and the reviewer was talking about how she had a really difficult time playing through it. And at the time, I thought, it can't be that bad. How can you feel morally involved with a video game? And after playing the mission for myself over 10 times, I completely understand. However, I actually like that this mission is in the game. I mean, not only is it just written really well, it also puts the player in a completely different perspective. In GTA, you are always blowing people's heads off because the game tells you to, but then you're forced in a position where you have to do what you always do in GTA. But this time, it's a lot less glorified. It's real. This person has a life, a family, ambitions. He's pleading for mercy, and you can't progress through the game without getting every last bit of information from him. The worst part is at the end of the mission, you realize that you could have gotten all the info out of him without torture, and so you drop him off at the airport.
Run. You're free.
Oh, what? But my family is here.
Your family is probably the ones who got you f***ing in here, all right? Now look, trust no one, all right? You're alone now.
He's never able to see his family again, multiple parts of his body will never function, and you were responsible for everything. Grand Theft Auto's violence has always been mindless. But after this mission, you're reminded of how real it can actually be. This mission also shows really well that Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar isn't really scared to do anything. And that's something that I absolutely love about this game, especially with its humor. Grand Theft Auto 5 takes you, what you like, what you dislike, and reminds you that at the end of the day, you're a human being. Nobody is safe, and because the game is so unhinged, it adds to the beauty of what makes it so playable and accessible. Whether you're a patriot that bleeds red, white, and blue, or you believe in progress and side with the left, whatever you're politically against is a target in GTA 5, and you'll probably be blowing their head off at some point. GTA 5 makes fun of everybody, and in turn, there is no discrimination. Michael's white son, Jimmy, lives with his parents. He has no ambitions and blames his failures on his parents.
Yo, brother man, what's up? What's up, man? Good to see you. What are you turning tricks to pay for this, huh? Hey, who's the old man?
It's my dad.
Oh, all right, Mr. DeSanto.
Yeah, you the kid selling Jimmy pot by the pound?
Ah, Jimmy, bro, your dad's funny, man.
You can hear him yelling at his video game during the day, saying the most unhinged, jaw-dropping shit.
Oh yeah, F you. You know what? If there was a button, I'd be using it right now. Unless you're a
But it all adds to the atmosphere because he was represented in a very real way. People like Jimmy exist in the real world, and even though he's represented in a satirical way, they also didn't censor him whatsoever so that they could portray him as real as possible. Because GTA 5 is so daring in the dialogue and the way it portrays its characters, I always feel incredibly liberated while playing, even if I'm the butt of the joke. Playing through Grand Theft Auto for anybody will always feel a little bit wrong, but so right at the same time. Everything that you're scared to say in real life is probably said in the game at some point. And unlike shows like Family Guy, the game doesn't just target visible minority groups, it targets everybody an equal amount, and that's what makes it perfect. Because at the end of the day, we're all just human beings. Jason Schreier of Bloomberg reported a little bit ago that GTA 6 is going to try and punch down less with its humor, and I'm interested to see what that means because I don't think that GTA 5 punched down. I think GTA 5 punched up, down, left, right, front, and back, and that's part of what makes it a genius piece of art. I think when stories go the extra mile to do something daring for a narrative, it can add a lot more to the immersion. Spoilers for The Walking Dead Season 4, skip to this timestamp if you're going to watch the show. But in The Walking Dead Season 4, there's a part where two of the main characters are trying to survive with these two little girls who are sisters. The older one is a psychopath and sympathizes with the walkers and even wants to turn into one. Well, after the two main characters come back from a walk, they find that the older sister murdered her younger sister with the intention of her coming back as a walker. At this moment, the two main characters realize that the older sister is a threat and they can't keep traveling with her. And even though the older sister was so young, she, like many other children, just didn't understand. But they didn't have enough time to take chances, so one of the main characters took her to the backyard and put her down. When I first watched this episode, my jaw was literally dropped. I was in complete awe that that was allowed to air on television. But after my initial shock, I was really impressed with the storytelling. In a zombie apocalypse, you can't take chances, and children born into it probably won't really know how to handle it. So instead of going the safe route, The Walking Dead took a very experimental writing risk by killing off 2 little girls by the hands of humans. There's a difference between writing for shock value and writing for impact. And I think that The Walking Dead and GTA 5 are great examples of writing shocking scenes for a meaningful impact. And this brings me to my final segment, which is the question. What is your guys' favorite part about GTA 5? It could be a mechanic, it could be a memory. My favorite part of GTA 5 is probably the vibe of it, honestly. I remember being in the house alone one night and playing GTA 5 really late with my friend, and Lady Hear Me Tonight was playing on Nonstop Pop, and we were driving around Sunset Los Santos, and it was just a wonderful experience. I have a friend in real life named Bradley, and me and him went driving around town one day listening to the Nonstop Pop playlist on Spotify, and it was otherworldly, to say the least. Leave your answer in the comments below, and I'll respond as soon as I can. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and make sure to have a good one.